All right, we'd like to welcome Max Greyserman to the interview room here at the Cognizant Classic in the Palm Beaches. Max, you're making your 5th start this season, first at this event. We've heard you've got some personal history here, and you've lived here a little bit in the Palm Beach area in your childhood. If you can just touch on that.
Yeah, I'm originally from up north, but spent a lot of my junior years down here. I actually lived, there's some villas right out here, and I lived in one of the townhomes that's about as close as it gets to here. So, yeah, it's pretty special, kind of something that I circled on my calendar, and I was like, this kind of feels like home to me. So
Yeah.
I remember kind of walking from home and, putting and chipping out here. I played, not the champ course a lot, but I played it used to be called the Hague. That's kind of what I remember it as. Yeah, I played a lot of golf here.
Awesome, and we've also heard that you actually broke par for the first time on the Fazio course when you were around 9. Do you remember anything from that day?
I do, yeah. I've played so many rounds of golf since then, so it's hard to remember. But, yeah, that was the first time. I was in a tournament out on the, what is it called now?
Fazio.
Yes. Yeah, I don't even know what it's called now. I just remember it by the Hague. But, yeah, it's right over here on the back.
Awesome, and then before we open it up to questions from the media, that you had a chance to play the course. Just some opening and comments on what it's like out there this week.
Yeah, I've played this course quite a bit before, but obviously during this tournament, like they do with most other tournaments, things get tough. The greens get firmer, the rough's a little longer. In previous years, the scores have been pretty high. If the wind's blowing, it could be a single-digit winner under par. If it's not blowing, it could go double digits, but it's fairways and greens out here. It's a premium on ball striking.
Awesome. With that, we'll open up to questions. If you just raise your hand, we'll get a microphone over to you. Can we start over here with Paul with PGAtour.com?
Hey, Max. You mentioned you've played it a lot of times. Could you estimate how many times you've played the combined all the courses?
I mean, I had to have played hundreds of rounds at least out here. The champ, probably 50 times. The Hague, probably hundreds of times. I think it was called the Palmer is another course. The Squire, another one. I think is there 5? Is there 5 courses here? Estates, Estates. That one I haven't played as much, but the ones here I've played a lot.
Do you remember coming to this tournament in specific, watching guys? Any memories from your childhood there?
Yeah, I came to this tournament a few times. I went to quite a few PJ events, I would say, as a junior, not just this one. So just kind of more family memories around here. With my sister, I have 2 younger brothers, but when I was living here, they were too young. So it's kind of me and my sister kind of out back here and screwing around.
Is there plenty of family, friends that'll be here watching you this week?
Yeah, my parents live about 45 minutes away. My sister a little over an hour, kind of in Boca Raton, Miami. A lot of work friends from my brother-in-law. I'm sure I've had plenty of tickets handed out this week.
Next, we'll go to Tom right here in the front.
Hi, Max. So I understand your introduction to golf was sitting in a baby stroller on the range here, right? Where your mom and dad took lessons?
Yeah, so neither of my parents are from the U.S. They're both from modern-day Ukraine, which was the Soviet Union back then. So obviously there was no golf over there. There's no golf courses. They had no idea what golf was. My mom played tennis growing up, so that was kind of the athletic endeavor. And then I think they just kind of picked it up over here a little bit, but it kind of started with they saw a sign. They kind of were vacationing down here, as most people do from New York, New Jersey area, and they saw a sign for free lessons with Mike Adams, who's a famous instructor who I took lessons from growing up. And that kind of got the ball rolling, and they took me out on the stroller, and all of a sudden I got into it, and then I kept going, and actually neither of them have played golf in a long time.
We'll go to Karen next.
Do you have dual citizenship?
I don't know. My parents moved when they were both kind of in high school years. They don't have citizenship over there, so no.
I was wondering if
But
I could ask.
I can kind of speak Russian. I can read Russian. So that was my first language growing up.
Wow.
So yeah.
I was wondering where you keep all of your amateur trophies that you won.
They're all in my parents' garage, kind of above. They have a storage area, and it's like they're all up top. And I'm very certain that a few of them were from here.
And then is there one trophy you dream about holding up as a pro?
Yeah, I mean, obviously you dream about winning majors and then maybe some hometown events like this one. So it'd be, I would say people circle their hometown event or something that's special to them, and then the majors.
We'll go to Alan next in second row.
Max, do you ever think about what a time to be a professional golfer starting your career, given how much money has flown into the sport here recently?
Yeah, I mean, that's all kind of TV and the players and media talk about right now, and it's a good thing for the players, and unfortunately, kind of for the fans, it's kind of been diminished a little bit with players going separate ways, and the money gets talked about a lot, and it's definitely something you think about, but when you go to the course every day, you're focused on the job at hand and shoot the lowest score that day.
Can you wrap your head around the fact that if you play really well, you could make NBA money, NFL quarterback money?
Yeah, I mean, you saw with Jake Knapp last week. I mean, we've had 3 rookies win this year. Jake's a good friend of mine. We stay together in Airbnbs. I'm actually going to go play 9 holes with him after this. And, your life changes overnight. I mean, it's life-changing money, and it's not just the money that you win that week. I mean, that sets you up to go play the Masters, future signature events. I mean, it's crazy what it is now. It's not like it was 10 years, even 5-10 years ago.
Is Jake toting around like the Rob Report now and looking for cars?
Yeah, I'm trying to bring him down back to earth. I joked around yesterday that he still hasn't won in the U.S. because he's won on the Canadian Tour a few times.
That's a good one. Thank you.
We'll go to Jeff in the back.
Hey, Max, right back here. Just a little bit back to your history here. Is there a comfortability to playing here this week, and does that factor in, and does all the family and friends around, does that help you out, you think?
Yeah, absolutely. I got a ton of support coming out. I live in Palm Beach Gardens right now. I live 10 minutes away, so I get to sleep at home. Got my wife, my dog with me, family, friends, and just knowing that this is kind of like a second home other than up north, and it's kind of where I grew up and learned the game. So yeah, certainly comfortable.
Is there anybody here this week that has never seen you play professionally that might be their first time, and what's that conversation been like?
My grandparents, I have one set of grandparents. My mom's parents live probably an hour and a half away. They'll come out, and then my dad's parents live on the west side of Florida, probably about 2 to 3 hours. So, I'm hoping they could make it, and that would be really special to me for my grandparents to be out here.
We'll do one question here with Karen in the front.
One more trophy question. When life-changing money is the prize, why do trophies matter? Why do they still matter?
I think it's something that certain players have talked about before, like guys that have not gotten to live. They talk about their legacy, and you have guys like Jack Nicklaus, Arnold Palmer, Gary Player, et cetera, that have their names on the trophies. And I feel like as you get older, you start to think more about grandkids and legacy and what you're leaving behind. And I think having your name on a trophy with other players like that in the history of the game, I think that's what comes to mind when people talk about legacy.
Awesome. Max, thanks so much for your time. Good luck this week.
Thank you.